funniest pets and people, a swinging time for the porcupine. A cat's stock plummets. Pop goes the dry cleaning. A skunk with that can-do spirit. A dog whose bite's better than his bark. And curiosity plumps the kid. It's the show that will have you sick. Stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Time to put on your game face because it is game time. The rules were simple. The puppies win, more game time. Mom wins, bath time. Looks like game time's over. Mittens reminded everyone of a young feline, Boris Spassky. Unfortunately, Mittens appears to have a little of Bobby Fischer's temper as well.
There's no doubt about it. Artie's new contacts were the wrong prescription.
For most skunks, a clothespin would do the job. But Butterscotch here was so potent, he had to put his whole head in a can. Whiskers was so excited about his weekend down at the shore. But when the Boardwalk Hotel lost his reservation, he was forced to sleep outside. Well, he probably wouldn't have fit anyway. Those little red hotels are so small. Once a chain has a monopoly, customer service is always the first thing to go. One dog is sleek and lean. The other is fluffy and soft. This is truly a battle between the fast and the furriest. Well, it's faster than walking the bottle around from table to table. Shouted from the mountaintops to the deepest valleys, these are the highs and the lows. You know, this really is awesome and all, but she's really trying to get this doggy to walk on the beam. Jimmy wanted to fly south for the winter, but Tommy wanted to know why they couldn't go north. And when there's a disagreement between ducks, it can lead to only one thing: a major league, say it with me, quack up. Yeah, good. Ooh, forget the holy water. Looks like someone needs the holy ice pack. Medusa here is almost getting to the top of the slide to grab that cheese.
Good girl.
Now, you put a steak up there and she'll give it that little extra oomph. The Johnsons' lucky daughter is getting a kitty for Christmas. What they didn't count on is that after they are all asleep, the kitty is going to drink all the milk they left out for Santa. Looks like that kitty is going to end up on the naughty list. Yeah, it's really funny, genius. You're supposed to throw the bouquet, not the ring bearer. Getting to the top was the easy part, but getting down and maintaining one's dignity, well, that can be quite the challenge. Sugar handled it, though, with the utmost composure and poise of the heuristic cat we all knew she was. Well done, Sugar. Tally-ho. Hey, over here! Yeah, here! Look what I can do! Minnie is one of those cats people hire to declutter their house. See, Minnie hates clutter. However, if she keeps this up, they might just have to hire a dog to decat their house. Yeah, they'll declutter the declutterer. Or something. Although it seemed like a good idea at the time, perhaps replacing the telephone answering machine with a cat wasn't the most prudent decision. We haven't gotten a message in 3 weeks now. Now, I don't want to say the Montalongo family is high-strung, but every day at about 2:15, they do this. They really need to learn to relax. Now, there's a reason little Timmy plays outside. Yep. Can you imagine what the living room would look like? Oh my goodness! Is it? Might be. Could be. Yes. Yes, I do believe it is. Yes. Yo, yes, this is a great day. It's Aunt Rosie! He loves her. What a nice surprise! Oh, no, it's Uncle Bill. Well, he likes to dress like Aunt Rosie. That's okay. You always remember your first kiss. And your second. And your third. Especially when they all take place in the same 10 seconds. Marco? Marco? Anybody? It's time for water play. Polo.
Get it, Zoe.
Oh, sure, it's all fun and games now. Let's see if they're laughing when they realize that all summer long the yard is going to smell like kibble.
Get it, Zoe. Get it. Get it, girl. Get it.
Nothing is more refreshing than cool water coming fresh out of the hose, especially to wash the cud down with. I'm drinking for 4 stomachs, you know, so I got that. Every now and again, Molly wanted to be reminded of the rainforest where she grew up. And all it took was a $1.98 spray bottle set on mist. Ah, the tropics. Now, Lily's owners were kind of confused. Lily hated seeing the grass clippings in her pool, yet every time she would step back in, you guessed it, more grass clippings. It was a cycle that never ended, but hey, at least it kept her in the yard. Oh, these next clips are so tired. No, this guy's not tired. He's just totally hypnotized by the pattern of that tile. And frankly, I'm feeling a bit woozy myself. Excuse me. Oh, look at Muffin. He sleeps just like people. Now, all he needs is his owner curled up at the foot of the bed. Well, of course Rosie's tired. Look at her yawn. She's had a very exhausting day of being a cat, thank you very much. I mean, it's very draining when you run from one room to the other for no apparent reason and ignore virtually every single person that calls your name. You try it. Those sugary cereals may give you a temporary energy boost, but you know, when you crash, you can really crash hard. But on the bright side, they do make for a comfy pillow. Pushy here just couldn't deal with the fact that she was getting larger. Though she was clearly uncomfortable, she insisted on squeezing herself into a size 2. Pushy can't feel her legs. Little Anthony couldn't sleep because he was scared he might roll over and crush Crackers. And Crackers couldn't sleep because he was scared, well, little Anthony might roll over and crush him. Looks like we have ourselves a good old-fashioned siesta off. While Cheech never seemed to be able to master that sleeping with one eye open all the time shtick, he was incredibly successful at sleeping standing up. Well, for the most part. Clarence didn't fault other cats for curling up or stretching out, but Clarence felt it was much more dignified to sit up. Plus, this way, he could see the TV. He was also modeling for a Buddha. A lift here, a snip there, a tuck here. These are new looks. If a sweater is unattractive, well, that's one thing. But if it actually impedes your ability to walk, it has to go right back to the store. I hope it came with a gift receipt. Now, we've all heard of the story of Puss in Boots. Well, this was the much less successful sequel, Cat in Purse. It went straight to DVD in the States, but did surprising business overseas. In fact, they've already begun production on Cat Still in Purse. Oh boy, looks like we got ourselves a trilogy. Now, either Bowser's dog biscuits were working overtime, polishing his teeth, or he got into the whiteout again. All right, usually it's the dachshund that's called a wiener dog. But a terrier stuck in a sweatshirt will do in a pinch. Grandma and Grandpa's wedding anniversary would be something they would always remember. Just a shame that the one thing Grandpa could never remember was his belt. Grandma hasn't seen that in 62 years. If drool was fuel, babies could fly us to the moon. The good thing about Daddy feeding you ice cream in such a goofy manner is that you never get that ice cream headache. Tommy was a little terror, but as long as he was in his safety box, his family knew the other children and the furnishings were all quite safe. Oh my goodness. Tommy's on the loose. Run for your lives! Baby Binks was tired of waiting for his own teeth to come in, so he thought he would help himself to Grandma's. It was the perfect public service announcement for recycling. A cute baby, a clown, and a clever slogan using the clown as a poor example. Only a clown wouldn't recycle. Get it? Well, then came the accident. One of the stars took a tumble. 18-month-old Sebastian Capella agreed to share his story in the hopes that it would inspire other babies to get on board with the whole recycling theme. He also hoped it might change the attitude of at least one clown. They're like public domain pets. They're squirrels. Sergey the squirrel didn't like anything cuter than him. And Sergey thought that bear just might be eating into his snacks. And that is something Sergey would not tolerate. With the big chestnut ball right around the corner, Stevie thought he'd better teach himself to dance before building up the courage to ask Susie. And what better surrogate dance partner than a lovely stuffed turtle? Even though the nuts were placed out there for him, Liam liked to feel like he earned them. So he would sneak up on the nut and he would commandeer it just like they taught him at squirrel camp. Steve-O was the nicest squirrel in the park. He would pose for the tourists for hours, and then he would always offer to take a picture of them with their camera. That is very thoughtful, Steve-O. Here, let me do that for you. No, no, no. Stand over there. Come on. Yeah, give me the camera. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt.
She likes it to go around.
Buttercup here is obsessed with hula dancing. Sadly, she cannot find a grass skirt that fits. And that's why she performs the face hula. You see that? Don't you feel like you're at a luau? Every hula tells a story, and this is no exception. See you next time on Funniest Pets and People, Birds of a Feather Locked Together. A guy springs into fall. The dog has nothing but cats on his mind. A pooch and a turkey play chicken. The car pulls in for a spit stop. So sit back and get comfy, because we're gonna pull off some amazing TV. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. When you think back, you'll remember these clips as good times. The cat had figured the mouse had built a fancy hole, complete with running water. So he would be back, and the cat had nothing but time. Old Farmer Mouse is going off on his tractor to check the crops.
Don't tell him you can't grow cheese.
TV, as you will see. He loves TV. Big screen's his favorite. Here he is. But we try to keep him from it, watch what happens.
Now, if you really want to stop your doggy from watching TV,
It's enough TV.
we have one foolproof suggestion. It's called the off switch. Hey, doggies. Oh, this is cute. It seems little Gus just isn't getting anywhere. But that's where you're wrong. Because he's not trying to work out. He's trying to get on the show. Well done, Gus. Well done. Next time they share a malt, you gotta remember to get 3 straws. First and last day of Wally's career as an escape artist. Who doggy? Talk about a happy little boy. First he thought he was repairing a toilet. And then he wound up running through the sprinkler. It's Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. It's amazing what a good glass polisher this cat is. What glass, you ask? Exactly.
Meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Boy, with these dubbed foreign clips, you really lose something in the translation, don't you?
Meow, 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 meow. We do not fear you, imperialist pig. Meow, 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 meow.
Honey, I'm just gonna clean up. Oh, would you get the broom? I gotta finish cleaning off the roof. It's kind of dirty. Honey, I gotta hold the hose, but for the love of my. Wait a minute. I'm good. Oh, I'm good.
This is Becky and Boxy. They already have been together for 6 years. And Totti still thinks and takes care of him like it's his own baby.
It was a brilliant plan on the part of the dog. Distract everyone by licking the bunny, and no one will notice you're on the couch.
I'm gonna lick the bunny.
Oh, this little boy really loves his dad. No ifs, ands, or headbutts about it. That's right. Someone needs to warn Ronald. That first step's a doozy. Now the Johnsons understood why the zoo had such a cheap ticket price. The guests had to feed the animals.
Well, I think I got one over here. Oh, I do. Wild song is after me.
Snowball's owner was starting to get suspicious about whether there even really was a holiday called Cat Appreciation Day.
Are you the racehorse known as Bobblehead Horsey? I figured.
Hey, Jas.
Heads up, it's feathered fun. After a wing tuck, beak bleaching, and feather extensions, it was time for Margot to see her new self on Extreme Bird Makeover.
Oh my God! I am so beautiful! That can't be me. I'm just so... Oh, thank you! Thank you!
After the goose had muscled in on the feed bag one too many times, the goat finally put his foot down.
New TV.
After seeing this video, Bob felt just awful about yelling at his neighbor for dinging his car. You know, it's kind of weird, but everything rolls off a duck's back. Except ducks.
Whoa, careful, Ducky.
It was right about now that Larry was really regretting his decision not to fly south for the winter.
I could have been in Boca.
How'd I get a scarf? I'm a duck. The bird had a lot of questions. A, what was his twin doing trapped inside that thing? And B, what was that thing? When we're alone, who among us has not sung in front of the mirror for hours? Or just me? Oh, next clip. I said next clip. Despite repeated rehearsals, Mrs. McCardle's 5th grade class just couldn't get it right. It was Fiddler on the Roof. Work time's over. It's playtime. The cat and dog agreed. If they wanted to get along better, they would have to have a meeting of the minds. But this didn't seem to be helping. Tired of getting broken into when robbers toss your dog a steak? Go for the latest in cutting-edge personal security. HDT, Home Defense Turkeys. We employ the greatest defense weapon there is, the element of surprise. Most criminals laugh when a turkey comes at them. Moments later, they're in handcuffs crying. Home Defense Turkeys. Take a gobble at a crime. Those prankster pups thought spreading the itching powder on their owners' chairs would be really funny. It wasn't until later they regretted doing it with their faces. Now we know why the Johnsons keep saying the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. It's 'cause it is. These laughs write themselves. They're self-sufficient. Without the drum roll and the curtain around him, the great Escapini was a far less impressive act. This crafty cat spends a good hour figuring out how to operate this door handle so he can run around like crazy exploring the other room. When it suddenly dawns on him, nah, I'm lazy. I'm a cat.
Welcome back to This Dog's Kitchen. Today, we're going to look at easy and quick homemade oatmeal cookies. First, prepare the work area by spreading a towel for crumbs. Next, open the oven. And finally, climb up and grab a homemade oatmeal cookie. Quick, like a bunny, before you get caught.
How can we say it simply? This is fun! An alligator taxi seems like a neat idea. But you better not forget to give him a tip. Boy, you'd think 3 years old was too young for a mosh pit. But these kids grow up fast nowadays. This kid isn't uncoordinated. He's just trying to meet that little insurance lizard. Here we go with the traditional tossing of the bouquet. And which of these lucky ladies is getting married next? Apparently, the one with a ladder. You know, you really got to give the Le Cat Day Spa credit. I mean, they figured out how to pamper a cat with a mud bath when we all know cats hate water. The klutzy waiter bit gave everyone a good laugh. Until he served the chocolate fondue. Now wipe that phony grin off your face. It's fakers. If you think this is a surprising yet disturbing image, stick around to see that calf's face when the udder pops. we thought it was a whole bunch of malarkey. But that meditation bear thing really works. You really can't consider yourself a tough doggy when you pick a fight with a stuffed animal. And lose. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. These guitar players tried to have Wally accompany them on the drums, but he kept burying the sticks. See y'all next time. On Funniest Pets and People, a cat gets jumpy. These guys stack 3 high. A little kid hits the wall. A dog goes in circles. Mouse flavor. And a woman has a really bad hair day. It's the show that will have you sick. Stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. No exposition needed here. We'll just cut to the chase. Meet the world's most confused cat burglar. He's supposed to break the glass, take the goods, and then lead the chase. But he seems content to cut right to the chase part and chase his tail at that. Casper felt he was getting a little big around the middle. But rather than lose weight, Casper figured he would just gain length. Just 10 minutes of tail tucking a day would make him as sleek as a greyhound. At least that's what the ad in the magazine said. Sparky's owners always knew when to feed him. They figured when he got so hungry he was trying to eat his own tail, they'd better make with the kibble. And fast. While all the other dogs got lazy during the off-season, Goldie continued to train. A little snow on the ground wasn't going to keep her from the chase. Now, come springtime, there won't be a car anywhere in Jiminy Corners safe from Goldie. Trust me, folks, you do not want to drive down Maple Street. Man, isn't that always the way? You buy a dog $100 worth of chew toys for Christmas and they end up preferring to just play with their tail. Or your pants, which is disturbing. Ever since Grandma trained those 2 turkeys to guard the farm, the incidence of neighborhood toughs trespassing had totally been eliminated. turkeys wouldn't quit until the no-goodniks had crossed over into the neighboring county. The only downside is Grandma will only serve ham at Thanksgiving from now on. I mean, come on, you know, how would it look? Now, you'd never know it to look at them, but toys have feelings just like anybody else. They feel pride, and yes, they even feel shame. Well, for instance, this Frisbee was so embarrassed by that throw that he vowed to never let that kid throw him again. All he needed was more snide remarks from the beach ball. Full of hot air, that beach ball. Now, the boat was a little crowded, but Margaret was a good sport. She didn't mind sitting on the battery. You do some things because you have to, and some just for fun. Although Molly truly loved playing fetch, she really hated that her owner made her pick out the stick first.
Get it.
How do you forget your skis when you go skiing? I mean, the equipment is right in the title. It's ski-ing. That's like playing baseball with nothing. Grissom wanted to be a canine actor so bad. And it looks like he just got his big break. Yep, he is portraying the body in the next episode of CSI Dogtown. Wow, he's really a method dog, isn't he? Hector knew his head lice problem was bad when his hat was walking away on its own. Psych. It's just his pet mouse. Mouse. The Polanski family may have failed to set the world record for largest collective downhill snow tubing, but they did successfully set the record for wiping out. Good job, Polanskis. Good job. Okay, this may look like a little boy hurting himself, but check out that costume. Yeah, that's right. It is world-renowned circus clown Reinhold Wiggins working on a new character he calls Funnel Face. Now, this is the first time anyone has ever seen Wiggins out of makeup. Looks like he has another winner on his hands. He'll be seeing you this summer under the big top in the center ring. There was only one thing Brahmi liked better than smelling Master's socks, and that is when the Master didn't wear socks at all. It eliminates the middleman, so to speak.
Now, I've seen these folks do this a million times. Okay, you pick up this ringing thingy, you punch a few numbers, and then 30 minutes later, boom, a pizza arrives right at the door. I guess it's a magic pizza maker appearer thingy. Pretty neat. Now, if I can only figure out which number to punch in here. Well, how many can that be? 1, 2, 4. This could take a while.
These animals believe if you want something done right, you'd better be self-sufficient. Normally, a family isn't too happy when their dog learns to open a door. But this family was thrilled because they were tired of him running through them. Lois is killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You see, not only does milk give her body all the nutrients and vitamins a growing kitty needs, but it also softens her cuticles and polishes her nails. Tired of a life consisting of warm milk and fuzzy yarn, Jack decided to hit the open road. Yes, there's a great, big, wonderful world out there, Jack, just begging to be scratched. Sure, it would have been more impressive had he done it on the first try. Or the 13th. Or the 30th. But the fact that Lenny finally made it on the 1,327th time makes him one self-sufficient little guy. Atta boy, Lenny. It's not just that she has to open the cabinet, but she has to open it before Mrs. Johansson gets back with her big hands, always preventing her from getting into the cabinet. Time is not her friend. Success! Oh, no! Darn those big hands of hers! Sure, Frisky could have jumped onto the table in a single bound, but that would be showing off. And look around. It isn't exactly like anyone is watching. So, use the chair. You ever been on the highway and seen an SUV driver who thinks he literally owns the road? I mean, swerving into your lane, running over stuff, having absolutely no regard for anything or anyone else. Well, don't worry. Eventually, karma brings them to a halt. Hey, once again, it's time for Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Animals have acute senses. Some can even tell when a tornado is coming. A lot of dogs whine, and Bob here decided to produce a different warning through interpretive dance. Auntie M, Twister's coming! Better take shelter in the basement. Before Mommy went to work, she told the cat to keep the dog off the sofa. Then she told the dog to keep the cat off the sofa. Well, looks like only the cat can follow directions. Although yard work can be dreary, boring, and mindless, at least it isn't dangerous. Unless Steve's doing it. There are a few things tougher than being a horse who is a neat freak. Because no matter how hard you try, man, you will never get all the dust out of the barnyard. Kippy didn't realize that from the time he was a newborn kitten, his life had been broadcast by hidden cameras to millions of homes. And by the time Kippy opened his eyes for the first time, he'd already been seen by millions of prying eyes. The eyes of strangers. Finally, he made it to the door. Oh, he'd show them. He'd show all those eyes that he was his own cat. And if he doesn't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And thus concludes the Kippy Show. Timmy's dad had a surefire way to get rid of hiccups. Yep, works every time. The Morris Paulson Lawn Chair Company of Moline, New Hampshire, announces a recall on their popular Escondido upright model number 03271964. There have been reports of this particular chair collapsing. The Morris Paulson Lawn Chair Company of Moline, New Hampshire, neither confirms nor denies if this is indeed the case. Thank you. That is all. Folks, do yourself a favor. Just skip the Maple Street Repertory Theater's summer presentation of Cats. The choreography is uninspired, the performances are all over the map, and, oh yeah, they use real cats. Really, this is definitely on the miss list. Bronco hated being the step, but it was his turn, so the step he would be. Didn't mean he had to like it. He didn't understand why they couldn't just buy a step. But Bronco would soldier through it. Being a step? How degrading.
What are you looking at?
Marco forgot he lent his ladder to his forgetful friend Frederick, so he fashioned a paint roller pole out of a curtain rod. What could possibly go wrong? Everything. It may just be an urban legend about tuna oil generating hair growth and soothing an itchy scalp. But it is an urban legend Captain Jenks hopes isn't debunked for a very, very long time. Spoons up, mouths open. It's time to dig in, so let's eat. Food time can be fun time if you have the right attitude. Like Gus here. He's enjoying his favorite tortilla chips and playing Space Dog. Now, you see that? Food time can be fun time if you use your imagination. Now, a lot of people would think how awesome it is that a buffalo is eating food right through the car window. But some might wonder what the car is gonna smell like afterwards. How'd you like to be the next family to get that rental?
Honey, does this smell like buffalo to you?
His parents said he could not watch television until he cleared his plate. But they didn't say how he had to clear his plate. Eat some, wear some, rub some into your scalp. Just as long as the plate is cleared, am I right? He really shouldn't rub so much in his eyes if he wants to watch TV, though. Jenny's meatloaf was so dry that all of her dinner guests dumped it in the dog's bowl when she wasn't looking. Heck, even the dog thought it was too dry, and she eats kibble on a regular basis. Only one thing could moisten Jenny's meatloaf: spit water, and a whole lot of it. Ronnie and his dad started off playing a game of catch, but it quickly became a game of hide and seek. odds are against Ronnie growing up and becoming a detective. What is the secret to looking great? Well, we could tell you, but instead we're gonna show you. Okay, most cats use their tongues for personal grooming, right? But Snowball here thinks that is just gross. She's found that just 500 strokes before bedtime keeps her fur looking silky soft. Ginger took it upon herself to give her master a good face washing. But I think we all agree that we wish she also knew how to use a depilatory pad. Don't you hate when your shower is interrupted by a phone call? Well, think how Giggles here must feel. But man, it wasn't going to stop her. Oh, no. If it was her bath time, something was going to get clean. What's Skunky's secret to staying beautiful? Well, every Sunday afternoon, she takes a gutter bath. Sure, she stinks a little, but it's better to look good than to smell good, right? Oh. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt.
Okay, Chrissy. Okay, Chrissy.
Chrissy didn't really care for this new hairstyle, since it was always in her eyes and she never knew whether to crow or not. She should go with a comb over. See you next time on Funniest Pets and People, a bird on a wire. A pooch gets caught in a spin cycle. A new kind of catnap. Spring cleaning quickly turns to fall. A squirrel goes postal. And a big dog plays Shrug of War. So get comfy. And hold on tight as the laughs roll in. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Go on and get giggly with it. It's smooth moves and grooves. Louisa had tested it over and over. And still, the hair gel was holding. When this doggy's internet crashed, he was forced to communicate with the other dogs the old-fashioned way. I think it's fair to say that this dog does not totally grasp the concept of a yoga mat. We think this cat is really enjoying this soothing baby rocker. Wow! Dude. We consulted our canine expert to decipher exactly what this dog is trying to say.
Why is everyone covering their ears? Why are you all running away? And why are the birds flying away? It's my breath, isn't it?
What kind of dog is it? A what? A Chihuahua?
This owner is trying to teach his dog how to identify other dogs.
Chihuahua? What is it? Good girl. What kind of dog? A what?
Of course, dogs already do this, employing their own highly sophisticated technique. It's called sniffing. Wow. When you are a possum and you're in the forest at nighttime, good luck finding that contact lens. Yeah, you know, based on this trailer, I don't think I'm going to be rushing out to the theater to see two dogs and a baby. The irony is, this lady was looking for her Get Organized workbook. And now for what you'll look back on as good times. The living room. The dining room. The living room. The dining room. Walter was on the fence. Now you see, this is just the kind of thing that happens every time they have Bring Your Cat to Work Day. This isn't what his instructor meant when he said to go out and hit a bucket of balls. The squirrel knew Harvard was a long shot. But he just could not wait to see those SAT scores. Why is Billy running into the wall? Well, because he doesn't have the words yet to tell his sister, I don't want to play house anymore. Actually, this is just as well. Jenny's folks don't think they could eat another easy-bake brownie. This is an ancient folk jig done during the harvest to ensure a large and plentiful doctor bill. You see a dog wrestling a ferret. The dog sees a really skinny, ugly cat. Why is this little guy fighting so hard for the stuffed animal? Well, he figures it'll distract the bigger dog from going after him. This doggy thinks he's finally solved his itching problems. But he's just traded in fleas for splinters. For the young at heart, it's child's play. It was pretty obvious, even from the beginning, exactly who was going to be the one to lose this game of duck, duck, goose. Or boy, boy, turkey.
And he's rounding the turn. It's Baby's Bottom way out of the pack. Baby's Bottom heads into the stretch. It's Baby's Bottom all alone out there, and... Oh! Baby has landed on his bottom. He's out of the race.
Okay, it seems like kind of a strange cleansing treatment. But this little girl figured having the cat chew on her face made at least as much sense as scrubbing it with mud. And this is what happens when you let a Great Dane sleep in your bed. And I don't mean Victor Borge either. Now a chance to laugh during work. It's chore time. In hindsight, ecru was a fabulous color for the living room wall. But not the best flavor. Salmon would have been much better. You know, trying to understand why a dog attacks vacuums and mops is like trying to understand one of the ancient mysteries of an animal's primordial... What's that? Oh, they spilled meat juice on the floor and he wants to lick it up. Oh, yeah, that's a no-brainer. This little doggy wants to make his bed perfectly. But he's really struggling to smooth it out when it finally hits him.
I'm a dog. I sleep in dirt.
Why is this dog trying to stop the mower? Well, he figures shorter grass makes it easier for other dogs to see where he buried the bones. This owner has taught his dog to pick up and toss out the trash. Now, if only the dog could teach his owner to stop littering. Walter may learn to climb trees and chase mice and might even learn to fight big bad dogs.
But he's not ready to give up his blue blankie.
Zip up and smile, 'cause some like it cold. Bill had something to prove today. Gravity. This young tobogganer is determined to make his mark in the world. And he does. In the snowdrift. And with this run, Brian won the world record for most skiers mowed down in one day. Hey, look up there. It's feathered friends. The bird knew that none of his friends could ever know of these play sessions with the cat. It was a love that could never tweet its name. Boy, the lengths you gotta go to get a cracker around here. The partridge had enough of the pear tree. He wanted that Jeep and he meant business. when you think of something brilliant, a light bulb appears over your head? Yeah? Well, guess what happens when you do something really dumb? Put on your cool black clothes. It's time for fashion. Inflatable lifesaver, check. Swimming goggles, check. Okay, Buttons, now will you take that bath already? The owners didn't notice that dog was removing both his doggy sweaters. They were too busy putting a Speedo on the fish. You know, it's one thing to shock your parents by getting your tongue pierced.
Hang him on your lip. Hang him on your lip. Do it, do it, do it.
But this is, no, this is just stupid.
Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Okay, grab him. He's gonna drop now. Okay, all right. Oh no. Maybe.
Ladies, this is just the kind of thing you can expect when you wear that perfume. Oh, du bacon. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. Better not get used to that, Blackie. Finger-flavored dog treats are pretty hard to come by. See you next time. On Funniest Pets and People, a lizard hits the sheets. A girl takes a gander. A golfer gets teed off. A dog gets airbrushed. A cake gets double teed. And a kitty gets into perfect shape. It's the show that will have you sick. Stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Some things you do just 'cause they're fun. You know, just for kicks. Without thumbs of her own, Sheila never knew the comfort thumb-sucking brings. Until now. She's never felt more content in her life. Sometimes Brownie just sits and thinks. Today, he's thinking about why his water tastes funny. Stevie didn't need a sit and spin to sit and spin. All he needed was a shady spot on the carpet. There was only one thing Chompers liked better than sticking his head out of the car window. That was having no car around him, period. After all, if a dog isn't born to be wild, who is? Great heights are reached by those who are not afraid to climb. It does help, however, to have really sharp claws. Miller was a resilient dog, and he had no problem using a table to scratch his back. Of course, he wouldn't have to resort to this if his owner wasn't avoiding owner duties by filming him all day. Early to bed and early to rise makes a lizard really miss his life in the desert. But there's always a gig at Geico. You know, it's times like these when Shelby wishes that his owners hadn't lost the keys for the gate. Let's get ready to dive right into Waterworld. In the Clifton's yard, you can't just belly up to a water dish when you want a beverage. No siree. If you're thirsty here, buddy, you gotta earn your drink. Noodles just loved to sit in the hot tub for hours. But there was something about that warm water that made him want to take a nap. Ever since his new sibling came along, Jessie was feeling left out. Well, if Mommy loves bath time with baby so much, why doesn't she just go all the way? Don't forget to wash behind your ears, Mommy. The only way Mommy could get Marvin to take a bath was by filling his pool with soapy water. The problem is, Soapy gets mighty slippery. Wow, that truly is a bouncing baby boy. Victor and Val had found the perfect vacation spot for vultures. Great scenery, a beautiful pool, and convenient highway access in case they want to grab a quick bite. His wife wanted to get an Olympic-sized pool, but Scott was out to prove that you could do laps no matter what size pool you had. Well, maybe his wife had a point. Remember, when teaching your young ones to swim, you should let them start in the shallow end until they feel comfortable. Well, like Bingo here. He's learning the doggy paddle at his own pace, thank you very much, and, well, he'll never forget it. Hey, if you want 'em, we got 'em. Good times. In this live-action version of Bambi, it probably wasn't smart to get a cow to play Thumper. Since Bigelow the goose was just a baby, Eunice was able to take him for a walk. But as he gets older, she'll need a much longer leash to take him for a fly. And here's proof that bicycles should come with a seatbelt. And this next guy, well, he might be singing soprano for a while himself.
Great jump!
Splash Mountain Country Club is the only golf course in America with a vertical water hazard. Macaroni here is the world's worst pickpocket. It's not for lack of effort, it's really lack of skill. Oh, and the claws don't really help either. Although cross-country skiing is a very popular winter sport, the same cannot be said for cross-country skating. Sure, it looks fun, but there just isn't enough ice to go around. Still hurts, though, when you break your clavicle. Sure, you could sit in the backyard all day and wait for a fly to land in your mouth. Or you could get up off your fat duff and get proactive. The dog kennel blew their entire entertainment budget on this fancy video camera. So they were forced to entertain the dogs with shadow puppets. Luckily for them, dogs are easily amused. As the old saying goes, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Yeah, well, the person that said that never tried to teach Bailey to water ski. They'll be there for you. They're friends. The best part about receiving a massage from a cat is sometimes you get a little acupuncture thrown in at no extra cost. He would never say it out loud, but there were some days when Whiskers wished Templeton had not pulled that thorn from his paw.
I'll be your friend for life.
By not using utensils, Molly saved a fortune in dish soap. But she wound up shelling out twice as much for laundry detergent, so it pretty much all evened out.
At the retired animal actors' home, Mr. Ed and Old Yeller like to spend their time reminiscing about the old days, wondering if they should get their headshots updated for a comeback, and waiting for their agent to call.
This mismatched couple was fixed up together by a friend, but like most blind dates, it didn't really work out. One of them wanted their space, and the other was just a little too clingy. Here we have never before seen footage of that most rare of occurrences in the wild, the infant fight. Tensions escalate as the back and forth continues, but there is really only one thing we know. These guys are acting like babies. Buster wants a drink, but his bowl seems to be occupied. Oh man, if he could only reach the bird bath, he'd turn the tables on this winged water stealer. Sure, you can use twigs and yarn, but for the truly particular bird, the only material to use to build your nest is 100% wool.
Okay, drop and give me 20. It's time to exercise.
You want a pet, but too lazy to walk it? And buy the Puppermill 3000. Yes, watch your pet get into shape while you live a life of leisure. The Puppermill 3000. Just set it and forget it. Some assembly required. When the curtain fell away and everyone saw just how the amazing Stoney-O's dancing teddy bear trick was done, well, his career as a magician was pretty much over. Caution, watching figure skaters spin may make you too dizzy to stand up. Please make your way to the nearest exit and get your bearings backstage. Too late. Well, this proves it. A cat's love of playing with yarn definitely trumps a cat's love of laziness. Okay, let's face it. You can only do so many hours in the wheel, and then you need to get your cardio somewhere else. Jenny was really hoping for the gold, but she ended up with the black and blue. Unfortunately, her routine was as uneven as those bars. You know, you spend all that money to join a fancy health club, and you still have to deal with some yuppie who doesn't understand the 45-minute rule on the treadmill. Yeah, you just might as well go to the Y. Now, it may be subtle, but it is a difference nonetheless, okay? Great players dribble. Mediocre players drool. You see the difference, don't you? Yeah, I knew you would.
What's up, Doc?
This rabbit's dander's what's up as he keeps getting sucked into a game of catch that he doesn't want to play. And little does he know, the more he refuses, the longer he's playing the game. These barnyard buddies have a pact to help each other out with their hard-to-reach places. As soon as Charlie here is done giving that massage, Stormy's gonna give him a belly rub he'll never forget. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. It was a tradition. To impress the single females, the youngest single male had to dance with the eldest single male at the party. Because the youngest always had cuteness on his side, the eldest always had to find a way to stand out. Well, that will get you noticed. See you next time. On Funniest Pets and People, a doggy diva clamors for the spotlight. A girl loses a staring contest. A crashed-out kitty counts sheep in his sleep. A mobile gone mobile. And some girls join the ice kapow. It's the show that will have you sit, stay, laugh, and beg for more. Welcome to Funniest Pets and People. Hey, get ready to laugh. It's playtime. Why was little Machiavelli knocking around his own water bowl? Well, because the only likely suspect to get blamed would be the dog. Talk about evil genius, huh? Score 1 for the cats. Those geese are slurping up that sprinkler water, aren't they? But hey, you'd build up a pretty big thirst too if you had kids feeding you breadcrumbs all day. And now it's time for the further adventures of Carlos, the trash-talking cricket.
Hello again, my mud-covered mutt. You dare to chase the great Carlos? If I had a tear duct, I would be crying from laughing so hard. Nice try. I'm over here now. Missed me again. There, you see? Carlos nips at you. No, but not with the teeth. With fighting sarcasm.
Our cat behavior expert has interpreted this gesture, which means, why are you taping me instead of opening the door? Science has proven that light travels at 186,000 miles per second. So, good luck there, Skippy. See you in the 4th dimension. What's that, girl? Timmy's stuck in the vacuum? Oh, well, that sucks. Bubba had heard some teenagers talking about great rock and roll licks. He didn't see the big thrill.
Look at that cover.
No.
If you're wondering why a fox would bother to carry around a heavy rock as big as his head, then you clearly haven't heard the phrase, crazy like a fox.
She's got a good mouth on her. Where you going with that, huh?
Oh, careful, Debbie, that last step's a bruisey. Hey, it's Funniest Pets and People Unleashed. Why is this kitten conducting the New York Philharmonic in his sleep? Hey, he may not be able to read music, but come on, a cat can dream, can't he? The goat was making steady progress on his fear of heights. Next up, the giraffe. This is a wonderful educational toy that can teach your baby about the alphabet, numbers, and gravity. These two siblings share everything: toys, clothes, colds, amoebic dysentery. Yeah, that's a cat, which just proves some dogs will do just about anything to avoid taking a bath. Little Winchell loved being specially pampered. Don't tell him the tail cleaning attachment is just a hose. And now, today's episode of Vocabulary Builders. Today's definition, totally busted. Anyone who boldly breaks the kitchen rules without checking for a camera first is totally busted. Now, granted, Jenny here was a teenage dog, but still nothing could get her to stop chewing on her hair. They call this figure skating. We're guessing the figure's gonna be about $200 in Band-Aids. How amazing! Now, if they could just teach him to wipe his paws. Grab a hat and get out here. It's time for outdoor fun. Now, you may be wondering why Clyde is so upset at this regular, everyday tractor. Well, let's turn on the dog interpreter.
Hey, don't touch that. My bone's in there. Stop! Stop! For the love of all that's holy, give me my bone back!
This accident looks kind of rough because of how Bill lands in the snow right on his face. But on the upside, free snow cone! Playing with a bear looks fun, but don't try this at home. Or in the woods, or at the zoo, or anywhere, man. It's a bear! Luther wasn't being fooled for a minute. A kiddie pool with no kids is not a pool. It's a bath. You can't blame the Huskies. Bill said, let's sled a couple miles, and the dogs were very specific. This bear treats scratching his ribs like playing golf. He uses a good solid wood to hit the back nine. This fella's about to execute one of the most difficult moves in skiing. Sitting out the ski trip with a busted ankle while everyone else is having fun. Larry could not get over it. Man, this was the biggest bug he'd ever seen. You've heard of that show, Dancing with the Stars, right? Well, this is called Dancing Then Seeing Stars. Life is full of highs and lows, and they're all funny. Well, now Felix can cross bungee jumping off his list of things to try. Maybe this is what they mean when they say you have to be careful operating a mobile home. Wally was pretty smart to figure out how to escape the yard, but not smart enough to realize he's doing it on videotape. Next, we'll see how you can get tickled by tough guys. Tall, lush grasses, the brochure said. Relax with a little sun and fun. But nowhere did it mention the resort had an outdoor cat. And the minute that mouse was home, he would be writing one angry letter. The big dog is teaching the puppy an important lesson. Just amuse the humans and they'll never realize you're on the couch. Every angle told him the same story. And Billy vowed to himself then and there, No more saving money with $10 haircuts. As Hollywood's favorite cat, Meredith loved the fame, but hated the paparazzi. Cujo finally realized that for getting his teeth clean, floss just might be the easier way to go. Busby won the contest for most car alarms set off. He also won the contest for neighborhood's most irritating dog. Time for a relaxing laugh. It's spa days. Yes, it would take a lot of time perfecting his maritime skills, but Freddie the Ferret was determined that he, and he alone, would become the world's first ferret to sail the English Channel. No, you're not seeing a miracle of dog-cat relations. You're seeing a cat who wants to save for a ski trip, and a dog with $75 and a sore back. The girl wanted a prince, but she figured before she could kiss the frog, well, she kind of had to get to know him a little.
I am sitting down on a... It doesn't look like it's
Look at how she's taking care of that frog, will you? Boy, this really is a lot of effort to go through just to save money on flypaper. See, because frogs have sticky tongues and they eat the flies. So that's what they're thinking, that the frog will eat all the flies in the house instead of eating the paper. Do you know a funny pet or person? Are you a funny pet or person? Well, tape your pet or yourself doing something funny and send it to Funniest Pets and People, P.O. Box 7898, Burbank, California, 91505-9998. Make sure no animals or people are harmed in the making of your video, and please include your phone number. If we use it on the show, we'll send you $100 on a Funniest Pets and People t-shirt. Wow. It's remarkable to think that someday this little guy could grow up to be the governor of California.
See you next time.